Good morning, afternoon or evening, whatever time you're watching this. I thought I would do a Q&A just because I absolutely love watching other people's Q&As. I don't know why, I think it's just because I'm really fucking nosy and I just like to have a little nose into what's going on in other people's lives at the moment. So I thought that some of you might appreciate a little nose into what's going on in my life at the moment as well. Just before we get into it, if you are interested in seeing more videos from me in the future, please give the little subscribe button a little tickle and you will hopefully never miss a YouTube video from me. I post not a lot at the moment. I'm going to be doing more vlogs on here. I've done a couple of vlogs anyway, more kind of sit down Q&A type videos, and my podcast also gets posted on my YouTube as well. Podcast, like the YouTube, is still a baby, so there might only be 1 or 2 episodes up at the time of posting this, but the podcast episodes will be posted weekly. The first question is, what are your plans for training now that your shoot is done? So if you didn't know, I did a photo shoot at the end of last year. The end of last year, that sounds weird saying that. I did a photo shoot in December 2021 that I pursued fat loss for. I did a fat loss phase for it because I wanted to just challenge myself and see if I could get relatively lean for the shoot, and I did. I succeeded in that sense, but the photo shoot is done. My training objectives have changed now, so I am going into a growth phase. I have actually just started my growth phase, and honestly I just want to get hench quads. That is my goal for the near future, get hench quads. Next question was, how was the shoot? This shoot was amazing. I felt really confident, a hell of a lot more confident than I thought I would, in tiny skimpy outfits in a busy gym full of men. Honestly, once I got into it, I didn't feel self-conscious at all. I didn't even realise there was even other people around. I was just working it, doing all the awkward poses, standing there feeling really awkward because I don't feel, I have to say, I don't feel confident or comfortable posing just because I'm not used to it. But other than that, I felt great. It was a lot of fun. If you are interested in seeing a little behind the scenes of the shoot day itself, I do have a vlog of that, so I'll link that below. If you're interested in hearing all of the ins and outs, all of the nitty gritty, just a general rundown of how my photo shoot prep went overall, then I have a podcast episode out talking through that, talking through the highs, the lows, and there were quite a few lows, I have to say. So I will link that below as well if you are interested in giving that a little listen to. So the next question, I'm going to combine 2 together because they're quite similar. So first question is, why are you vegan? And the second question was, do you find being vegan hard? So in case you don't know, I am vegan. I have been vegan for over 5 years now. It's coming up to about 5.5 years, which is crazy. It's gone so quickly, but honestly, it was easily, hands down, one of the best decisions I've ever made. In terms of why I'm vegan, ethical reasons mainly. I initially became vegan because I didn't like the way that animals were being treated, and I just didn't want to put my money into that industry anymore. It just wasn't worth it for me. I felt guilty doing it, and the taste and enjoyment I got from eating meat it just wasn't enough for me to want to put money into that industry anymore. So I did go cold turkey with it. I did overnight just stop eating all meat, all animal products. I didn't find it too difficult to do because I've been a vegetarian for a lot of my life, not the whole of my life, but my mum brought me and my brother up as vegetarians because she's been vegetarian for donkey's years. So I was quite used to eating veggie foods, knowing what sort of foods are available to eat as a vegetarian and therefore as a vegan. In some cases, not all vegetarian foods are vegan, unfortunately, but there we go. I did go cold turkey with it, but even having that knowledge around vegetarian foods, I still found it quite difficult in the first few weeks, like with knowing what to eat. I found I basically lived off of stir fries and I got a bit sick of them. Like, I got very, very sick of them. I couldn't eat a stir fry for about a year after that first month of being vegan and only eating stir fry. So yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend going cold turkey for a lot of people. If you're interested in doing it, just try including more vegan meals into your diet. Maybe have a vegan dinner each week, a vegan lunch each week, a vegan breakfast each week, and just transition over slowly. You'll find it a lot easier and you'll be a lot more likely to stick to it in the long term and not want to give up with it, essentially. I've just gone off on a massive tangent. The question was, why are you vegan? Why I'm vegan is, yes, for ethical reasons, but also for the health benefits of it as well. There is so much scientific literature indicating that a plant-based whole food diet is the most optimal for human health, and I value my health a lot. I'm always striving to be the healthiest version of myself that I can be, and it just feels good knowing that I'm eating a diet that fully supports my health. The second part of the question was, do you find being vegan hard? So I feel like I kind of answered that in the first question. I don't find it difficult at all. The first couple of months I did, but like I said, that's because I went cold turkey with it and I didn't really know what to eat and I just wasn't eating very exciting food. I remember the first ever meal as a vegan that I had was a jacket potato with, you know, you can buy the fresh mixed bean salad from supermarkets and it comes in a little plastic tub. It was that on top of a jacket potato, no butter or anything, because I didn't have any non-dairy butter in the house. So it was literally just a jacket potato, a dry jacket potato with mixed bean salad on it. It wasn't great, I have to say, but that's where I started. Nowadays, I do not find it difficult at all. The thing is, the difference in the availability of vegan foods, vegan meat substitutes between now and even 5.5 years ago is insane. The progress that has been made in terms of bringing out new vegan foods is just incredible. You can literally get a vegan substitute for absolutely anything and everything, and I just don't think there's any real reason why that anybody living in the Western world would have trouble being vegan and eating a plant-based diet, because it's not difficult. It's really not difficult at all, and the foods, they taste good as well. It's not like it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago when vegetarian foods just tasted like crap because nobody wanted to eat them. Like, so many people want to eat plant-based now. So many people who aren't full-on vegan want to eat plant-based foods. There's such a massive market for it, so of course there's going to be more products coming out and companies are going to be trying to make them as tasty as they possibly can so people want to buy their product. So in a nutshell, no, it's not difficult. I don't find it difficult because there's so much availability of vegan foods and they are absolutely delicious. The next question is, did you find your photo shoot prep difficult? I feel like I touched on this in one of the previous questions. In terms of whether I found it difficult, I did towards the end. Honestly, the first month or so, it was a bit of a breeze. I mean, that's just to be expected. The first few weeks of any weight loss, fat loss phase, it's not going to be the most difficult, and it's normal for it to get more difficult towards the end. I'm not going to talk about it in depth on here because, like I mentioned, I have spoken about it in depth in my first podcast episode, which I have linked below. So if you want all the juicy goss on how my photo shoot prep went, all the highs, all the lows, how difficult I found it, then go and give that a listen. Shameless podcast plug, don't care. So the next question is, do you drink often? In short, no. Honestly, I probably drink about 6-7 times a year, if that. I I just have other priorities now. The thing is, I'm still in that quite juvenile mindset where I will only want an alcoholic drink if I'm planning on getting drunk. I don't particularly like the taste of alcohol. I wouldn't just have an alcoholic drink just for the enjoyment of having an alcoholic drink. Personally, I don't really see the point for me in doing that. I don't mind it. I do like a rum and coke. Like, I do enjoy a rum and coke, and rum and coke is my go-to drink, but I don't like it enough to just have a leisurely glass of rum and coke just to enjoy. I would much rather just have a glass of water or have a bottle of Pepsi Max, right? I don't like alcohol enough to just have a drink just to enjoy. I just don't understand why people would just have an alcoholic drink just to enjoy. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. And the only time I want to drink alcohol is if I am planning on getting drunk. And I know that is very juvenile and very teenage-like, but that's just the mindset that I'm in. And I guess it's probably better in a way, because I don't want to get drunk that often anymore. Like, I literally want to get drunk maybe once every 3 months, just because I have other priorities in my life. I don't want to go out and get absolutely smashed every weekend and make that whole weekend a write-off, because I'm spending my time either getting ready for the night out, being out until 4 a.m, being absolutely smashed, and then the next day just being a complete write-off because I feel like shit. Like, yeah, I love doing that multiple times a week a few years ago when that was a priority, and that was fine. I had a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun, and I don't regret prioritizing that in my life and not really doing anything else. But now I have other priorities in my life, things that I really, really care about, things that I want to progress with, such as my training, my nutrition, my business, other aspects of my life, and these are the priority now. Just drinking doesn't really fit in with that, and that's okay, because I don't particularly enjoy drinking anyway. Like I said, I do have the odd night here and there where I will go out and enjoy a drink and have fun and get a bit drunk, but it is a rarity now, and I'm okay with that, and I'm happy with that, and I wouldn't want it to be any other way at the moment. Last question, are you in a relationship? No, I am not. I really, really hope you enjoyed this little Q&A. I feel like it was a bit of a shorter one, but I hope it gave you a bit of an insight into me, into my life right now, and you did find it a little bit interesting. If you would like to see more YouTube videos from me, then please hit the subscribe button. You can also catch me on Instagram. I post over there a lot. I'm always talking on my stories, so if you do want to nose into my life a little bit more, my Instagram handle is @AliceLYoung. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you soon.